And we're back. I don't know if that fixed the problem. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Let me know. Is it still there now when I unplug my phone from the wall? Maybe that's doing it. Now tell me if you hear it. Tell me now. No, no speakers on. Well, how about now? I didn't see Elon say that. I mean, the media said that, so I mean, who knows? Maybe he never did say that. I read it in the media. Oh, the horror. Fox News called Kamala colored. Hey, you should see what they try to do to Trump. They try to shoot him in the fucking head, bro. Did you miss that part? What makes Trump look dumb? What got released? What are you talking about? I don't see nothing on Elon's timeline about that money. What are you talking about? Elon's done with him. He's done. Downplaying racism isn't the path to go. I mean, you just came in here and said something, and you expect me to just take your word for it and go off on some rant about some random Fox News clip that I haven't even seen. And who gives a fuck? I mean, at the end of the day, of all the problems in the world, who gives a fuck about anything on Fox News, CNN, any of it? They all suck. You shouldn't be watching any of that shit. You shouldn't be watching any of it. What happened to that woman getting shot for the water? She died. I mean, what happened to her? She did. The guy's going to prison. I mean, it's done. I don't even know why we're. I mean, I get why people are talking about it, but it's. I mean, there's really nothing to say. He's going to prison. She's dead. What more you want? You want me to kneel? You want me to get down and kneel? I mean, what do you want? You want me to apologize for what was said on Fox News that I haven't even seen? I don't even know who said it. Do you want me to donate to Black Lives Matter? Like, what do you want? Shouldn't you at least come out and condemn it? Condemn what exactly? Are you comparing an assassination attempt on the fucking president to saying the word colored? They're calling Kamala Harris. I mean, what the fuck, son? Are you serious? Old Hulk Hogan. On this date, this is the day. On this day in 2015, Hogan was fired by WWE after the audio leaked from a sex tape. Hogan, a victim of revenge porn. Remember, the liberals told us that was bad and it's awful, but they use it against Hogan. You see how they don't actually have any. They argue in bad faith. They don't actually believe. They don't actually have any real beliefs or morals or anything. They're only loyal to the victory. They're really just trolls if you think about it. They'll say anything to get what they want, and what they want is death. They want you to die. They love death. They love watching death. So does the far right too. That's what I'm saying. Both these people are kind of alike. These two groups. They're all lunatics. Hogan could be heard talking about the man his daughter Brooke was seeing. He could be heard saying, I guess we're all a little racist. Hogan was also heard saying, I don't know if Brooke was fucking the black guy's son. I mean, I don't have double standards. I mean, I am a racist. To a point. Then he said fucking N-words. But then, when it comes to nice people and shit, whatever. Oh, man. I mean, let's analyze what he said here. He said, I'm racist to a point. And then he went effing N-words. Now, I feel like there's some black people out there that are going to agree with what Hogan just said. They're going to understand. I feel like Hogan is saying, yeah, you know, some nice black guys out there, some nice black people, but man, and I think he's talking about the guys that steal your bike, the guys that, well, the guys that stuffed you in a locker, par, those guys. I think that's what he's saying here. But then when it comes to nice people and shit and whatever, what does that mean? I'm racist to a point, effing N-words. But then when it comes to nice people and shit and whatever. What does that mean? But I'm supposed to act like he drug a black guy from the back of his truck. Like I'm supposed to just hate his guts. I mean, as if he didn't even say this on television. He didn't come out and say this to the world. He said it in a private conversation in his house that was secretly recorded. And that's kind of fucked up to secretly record him in his house. And I feel like a lot of black people wouldn't want to be secretly recorded in their house. And I see black people all the time saying they don't want their son dating some white dude. So how is this any different? Because that's all over Twitter and that's all over the place. You know, LeBron James. Look how they treated LeBron James' son because he was dating a white girl. Look at that shit. So that's literally the same shit. And LeBron James' son's not even your fucking kid. He doesn't even know you. This is Hogan's daughter. Like you're weirder than Hogan. You're more racist and weird than Hogan. Let's be honest here. And how many times you gotta apologize for it? How many times you gotta say, look, I'm sorry I said that shit in my own house. I'm sorry I didn't say the most politically correct thing in my own house. How are we racist because we wanted to date a black dude? What are you talking about? Listen, I'm not living in the fantasy with you anymore. So if you say something and I read it and I go, oh, you're in the fantasy, I'm just going to move along. Listen and react to what I say and not what you thought you heard in your mind. Thank you. That's all I ask. Because we're done wasting time on that shit. It's a waste of time. Most of it's fake anyway. You heard exactly what I said. I don't know if it's messed up what he said because I hear black people say similar shit all the time. I've heard tons of black people say what Hogan said. What I just read right there, I've heard come out of the mouths of so many black people. Not about white people. I'm saying they literally say that. They literally say what Hogan said about black people. I've heard black people say it a lot. Some of the most racist shit about black people I've ever heard came out of the mouths of black people. That's just a fact. About their own people. So I'll tell you this: black people don't even trust each other. You know, I hear all this. Oh, white people, they don't trust black people. White people don't trust each other. You listen. I actually know black people and talk to them, so you all don't. And it's easy to see because a lot of times a lot of black people agree with a lot of this shit that you all pretend they're all worked up about. I know tons of black people agree with it. They say the same shit. You might want to expand your bubble. Get out of the bubble. Hogan isn't. Who said Hogan was oppressed? Nobody's oppressed in this country, number one. Certainly not black people. They're not oppressed. It's 2024. It's not 1940. So nobody's oppressed. So let's knock it off with that silly shit. Certainly not a multi-millionaire like Hogan. But you're certainly not oppressed in America. Trust me, I know tons of people doing very well. If you're oppressed by anything, it's your own choices you made in your life that have put you in the situation you're in. It's certainly not the white man or the black man or the Mexican man or, unless some white dude ran out and beat the shit out of you and took your wallet. You're not being, and that's not even oppression. You've just been assaulted and mugged. So call the police. Nice try with the polls, but I've already looked into those polls. Highly misleading polls, as usual. And we have polls that say Trump is way up. We have polls that say Kamala. Polls mean nothing. This is going to be a very close election. It's not going to be decided by polls. Polls are not going to tell us a thing. Polls are going to fluctuate. You're going to have polls that say Kamala's up. You're going to have polls that say Trump is up. If you look into the poll that came out yesterday that had Kamala up 2 points, they oversampled Democrats in the poll. You can look at the data and see it. So go lie to somebody else. I've already looked into that. Got to remember, I actually look at the poll and go and read the data on the poll. I've figured out how to go find the stats on the poll and who voted in it. So, yeah. As I said on Twitter, you could probably do another poll of 1,000. And if you oversampled Republicans like you just oversampled Democrats, you'd get the flip result. So what these polls are telling me is this is going to be a tight one. This ain't going to be a landslide in either direction if you believe polls. They oversampled Democrats, and she's only up 2 points on the poll. And there's so much time to go. Anyone sitting here going, oh, this election's over is a retard dork. This election cannot be predicted. What comes after the vote is what matters more than that election anyway, because I've done told you it doesn't matter who wins. There will be chaos from the radicalized, and both sides have a radical element that has been grown over the years. The flames have been stoked. And so they're not gonna be taking kindly to Trump winning. And I don't think MAGA's going to take kindly to Kamala winning either. So I don't really care about who wins at this point. I'm more concerned with what happens after. I don't really think it matters who wins. I don't know if that person will even get sworn in. After what I saw them try to shoot Trump, I mean, anything's now it's a serious thing. So I don't think that'll be the last of the violence. You've radicalized too many people. Too radicalized, too extreme. I mean, Destiny doesn't believe. He believes that Ava Chris Tyson is a girl. He'd probably fuck him. And then he's got the nerve to say that Republicans are out of touch with reality. It's like, bro. Bro, come on now. What you talking about, man? There's a lot of people that like Trump. This idea that Trump is this unpopular guy is an astroturfed mainstream media myth. Trump is loved just as much as he's hated. But you have to understand there is a segment of the country that doesn't hate or love him. They just want cheap gas and groceries. And you've got to convince them you're the best candidate to make that happen. And that's a hard sell for the Democrats because they've been in power the last 4 years and they have not fixed the problem, and it has got worse. And they keep gaslighting you, telling you it's getting better. And you go to the store and the prices keep increasing and you see it's not getting better. And therefore, you know you're being lied to. So now the question is, how stupid is the country? Can the country be lied to in this retarded way and still fall for it? That's the question. That's really the question of this election. How dumb are you? If you vote, and this is just reality here, if you vote for Kamala Harris, you are stupid. You are telling everyone around you that you are a gullible retard. There is no other way to put this. You're a moron. Because anyone can look around and see that you're being lied to by the Democrats. They're in power and they're telling you that things are getting better, and you know they're getting worse. If you vote for that, if you reward that level of obvious lying, then you have to stop playing victim every day. You have to stop pretending that somehow, and these politicians are just, these Republicans just are fucking you. It's not the Republicans that are fucking you over. You keep electing the Democrats. They're the ones in power. They're the ones fucking you over. You guys have sold this lie that this is all Trump's fault. So if Kamala wins and things continue to get worse, you're not going to be able to keep blaming Trump. So once again, I'm going to tell you, just like I told you when you won in 2020, if you win this election, by the time we get to 2028, your party is going to be worse off than it is right now. Just know that. Those 4 years are going to be a disaster. She is going to drag your party to hell. She sucks. She's garbage. She's going to be worse than Joe Biden, Hillary. I see people comparing her to Barack Obama. I see people saying she's as good a speaker as Barack Obama. This one dude said it's top 5 political speeches I've ever heard. Oh, please. This fake enthusiasm for Kamala Harris is so fucking gay and stupid. It's so obvious it's fake. Nobody's buying it, guys. If they told you you could have an open convention tomorrow, we all know you'd take it. We all know you'd do it. We know it. You was all talking about an open convention until they astroturfed Kamala, and then you just fell in line because you're an NPC. Here's another poll right here with Trump up 1,000 voters, but it means nothing. Trump 51%, Harris 50%. And you could poll another 1,000 people, and you could get a flip result. Don't you get it? Don't you get how a poll works? It's irrelevant. What can 1,000 people really tell you? When it's that close, when it's that fucking close, and they're sampling Democrats. Look at the fucking data of that Reuters poll. Look at it. It's public. They oversampled Democrats by like 100. So you've got extra Democrat voters that are voting in the poll. Of course they're going to vote Kamala. They're going to vote fucking Trump. Goofy. And then you try to shove that horse shit down my throat like it means something. And it's like, that's insulting to me. You're a fucking fag. Fuck off. Look at you like a fucking faggot. That you want to push them lies on me. And you think I'm so stupid that I can't go read the fucking data of the poll, you fucking dork. Fuck out of my face with that shit. Step your game up. Been telling you for years. Step your game up. No excuse for this faggotry. Thoughts on Kamala Harris saying she's taking your guns, Rogue?
Who do you blame for President Biden being in office in this condition? Who deserves the blame?
His close staff. They work with him every day.
So I think that's what also makes me nervous about the Vice President Harris.
Yeah. Talk about that a bit.
So yes.
You must be new here, Bruce. I never gave a fuck about those polls that you're talking about. I don't believe in polls. I don't put much faith in polls, especially when they're close polls. I mean, maybe if you're getting... Look, if you ask 1,000 people who are they going to vote for, and overwhelmingly, everyone says one person, and you keep polling and different thousand, and you keep getting this overwhelming result, it might tell you something. But if you keep polling 1,000 people, and you get this kind of split result, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That the country's split, that this is going to be a close election, that every time you talk to 1,000 people. But what does it really fucking tell you when half of them are Democrats and half of them are fucking Republicans anyway? I want to know, I want you to ask independent people that aren't really on either side. That's who's going to decide the election. Because the Democrats are going to vote for the Democrats, and the Republicans are going to vote for the Republicans. Who gives a fuck? Who are the independents going to sway to? That's who decides the election. Unless you think there's going to be this massive shift of black voters to Trump, or groups of people that usually vote Democrat. If you think those groups are going to somehow shift to Trump or shift to Kamala. But the people that are registered Republicans, registered Democrats, and usually vote Democrat, usually vote Republican, that's who they're going to vote for. And this poll was like 300-something Democrats, or 300-something Republicans, 300-something independents, and then 400-plus Democrats in the poll. You see why it's +2 for Kamala? You see the trickery? You see the bullshit? The fact that it's that close, though, like, if all the independent people were like, we're going Kamala, you'd see this massive, like, shift to Kamala in all these polls. I understand what a poll is, brother. I understand how it works. It's usually, I mean, some polls are like 100 likely voters. It'll tell you how many people they talk to. And it'll break down Republican, Democrat, independent. They ask them the question, like, are you an independent? Are you Republican? They ask them all these things. And this is all broken down in the methodology of the poll. You go read all this stuff. And then you can really decide, well, how much stock do I put in this? And the thing is, it's only 1,000 people. Millions and millions and millions and tens of millions of motherfuckers are going to vote in this election. So, like, over 100 million motherfuckers going to vote, bro. So what can 1,000 voters really tell us? It can tell us, like I said, if we kept polling 1,000 different people, and we kept doing it, and we just saw that the polls were pretty close, +1 for this person, +2 for that, or if it kept flipping, that all it tells me is this is going to be a close election. Now, if I kept polling 1,000 and every poll Trump was up 50, I would say, well, every time I talk to 1,000, every time I do one, he's up 50. So I don't think anybody else got a chance. But you guys are taking a poll where she's up +2 fucking points, and Democrats were oversampled. And you're calling that some kind of like, Trump needs to drop out of the race. Look at this poll. Like, you look like a fucking dweeb, bro, pushing that horse shit. And you can do it, but you ain't gonna get away with it with me. You ain't gonna get away with it in my stream. Because I can pull up the stats and go through it step by step and show everybody, like, look how many Democrats are in this poll compared to the other groups. Can you see why Kamala is up +2? Seems like she should be up more than that if you think about it. Right? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. If you're oversampling Democrats in the polls and Democrats are winning in the polls by a small margin, I don't think that's a very good sign. Maybe I'm wrong here. I just don't see that as a good sign for you guys. You should be swaying all those independents. They should be coming to yours. That's what you need. And I just think it's going to get hard to get like-minded, independent, reasonable people, which I feel like most of the people that register as independents and consider themselves independents they think a little bit deeper than some of you goofs. They're not. They question both sides. And I just feel like the liberals are just a mess right now, and I just don't see how independents can get behind that. Democrats are running on the fear of Trump. Why would I be afraid of Trump? He was president for 4 years. Things were fine. Didn't put black people in prison. Come on, man. He didn't do all these fucking evil things y'all said he was going to do. So we've already seen it. And if I'm independent, the propaganda's not going to work on me because I'm going to look into that stuff. That's what I feel. I'm an independent voter, so I'm going to look into it. I'm not just going to buy it. I look into shit Republicans say all the time. Why do you think I know that's true? Because I looked into it. I try to debunk it. That's why I'm where I'm at, because I've tried to debunk all these things conservatives say, and I found out it was true. And so what the fuck? I'm going to be a fucking dweeb and keep fucking pretending it's fake? It's true. I gave too many liberals a chance to come in these streams and convince me that I was fucking clueless and that I had been brainwashed or something. None of them could do it. None of them could convince me that somehow I just fell for some bullshit. The more I listen to them talk, the more I realize, goddamn, they're crazy as fuck. I'll ask reasonable questions and they go on a temper tantrum. Democrats did not push Biden out because he's old. Democrats pushed Biden out because he became a liability. They didn't think he could beat Trump. If they thought he could beat Trump, they'd still be covering for him, lying about his condition. The issue is not his age, it's his condition. If he was 82, but he sounded nice and, he doesn't have to sound like he did back in the day, but he needs to sound like he understands what he's doing and his brain is functioning properly. I don't need him to run a fucking marathon. It's so funny they'd have him out there on a bicycle. Look, he pedals a bicycle. Brother, I'm not worried about that. I need to know that when he's in the room with the world leaders, he can have a fucking conversation with them. And we now know, and we knew all along, but we now have proof from the journalists, because they pushed Biden out, so they started telling the truth. And they started putting all these reports out where he was talking to other world leaders, and he wasn't there. It wasn't a good thing, man. And to pretend like Trump is in the same condition it's just an obvious lie that's not going to work. So you can push that, but fair warning, it's not going to work. It's going to turn voters off because, once again, think of this like a relationship. Treat this like you would treat your girl, a girl that you really didn't want to leave. Lying and trying to manipulate her and gaslight, all these things, it's not going to work. It may work for a short term, but in the long run, she's going to catch on. And that's what you're doing to the voters, and that's what you've done to them for 8 years. And the reason the Democratic Party's in such shambles right now, and the reason they had to push Biden out, is because the lies caught up with them. Everybody saw the debate and went, what the fuck? I mean, listen to this clip right here from MSNBC.
Who do you blame for President Biden being in office in this condition? Who deserves the blame?
His close staff. They work with him every day.
So I think that's what also makes me nervous about the Vice President Harris.
No, he didn't, Bruce.
Talk about that a bit.
So yes, she's going to be.
Bruce, I need you to prove that Trump said that, or you're getting banned.
In it, but she also helped keep him in where he's at right now. And if he really is as bad as what they've been saying, I think if he steps down as president and she steps into the presidency before the end of his term, it almost makes me question a little bit more why it didn't happen sooner. She's worked with him. She's been, to my understanding, with him daily, or at least a couple of days a week. Why hasn't this been brought to her attention? If she's willing to hide that type of information, once she's in office, now what she's willing to hide for herself.
Boom.
Who do you blame for?
And that's what you're up against. You people crack me up because you keep saying, well, Biden's gone now. We don't have to worry about him. Nah, brother. The damage is done. I don't know how far the damage goes, but the Biden shit has damaged your party. Covering up his condition has damaged your party. I warned you about doing this. I warned you. Do not elect this man. I said it every day. And when he won, I said it every day. He's going to get in there. Things are going to get worse. And it's going to drag the Democrats down. And that's exactly what happened. Cope. Remember that? Every day they come in here. Cope. You're coping with the loss. No, I'm not. I don't cope. I'm telling you what comes next. I'm going to go ahead and make my predictions. So either I look stupid, and if I look stupid, here's the beauty of it. If I look stupid, well, that means Biden did a fantastic job, and we're all better off anyway, and our lives are better, the country's better, so I win anyway, right? And if I'm right, well, I get to rub it in your fucking face. So there is nothing to lose. There is nothing to lose by coming out and going, well, he's going to fuck everything up. Because I know that's going to happen. And if it doesn't, well, I still win because I live in America. So it's fine. It's fine. Biden still has the record for the highest gas prices ever. Fucking ever. All-time record. Highest gas price, like $5 and some cents. Hey, Kamala gonna take it, though. Kamala's coming for it. Oh, she's coming for the energy sector. She said it. She's a fucking lunatic. These people are stupid. We gotta phase out oil, though. You sound like a dumb kid, retard fuck. Phase out oil. Fucking oil run the world, you fucking retard fuck. Get with it, reality. That's what I mean, the fantasy. That's what I'm talking about. People live in a fantasy where we can just get rid of oil. You're not getting rid of oil. Fight a real battle. Try to accomplish some real goals. It's never going to happen. Which is why it's the perfect fight, because you can endlessly fight it. And the fact that they all got investments in electric vehicles and shit, and the stock market and shit, I don't trust this fucking get us all on electric cars and shit bullshit. I don't trust any of it. They all got investments. Of course they want you to have an electric car. They got investments in the stocks. How you invest in the stock and then pass a law? And how do you keep your job after that? And nobody's got the balls to run against these people and call this shit out. It's insane. Nobody brings it up. Too busy talking about dumb shit. Well, here they said colored on Fox News. Who gives a fuck, bro? They're ripping us off. fucking talking about, man? Gives a fuck. Hung up on some fucking word. You ain't even show me the clip of this. I'll find it. I'm gonna find it.
You compare him to,
Here we go.
obviously you compare him to President Biden, who is muddling his way through speeches. People know he
Yeah,
couldn't go
anyone's
more
gonna be
than,
better, right?
Yep, couldn't go more than 15 minutes. She's very good on the prompter. No one even doubted that. She had 3,000 people there. Why are they there? A lot of them has to do with, hey, I'm a Democrat. I thought we were going to go down in flames. Now we have a shot. The problem with Kamala Harris, number one, she has not had a record exploited heavily because people thought and marginalized her. Even in the Democratic Party, they said, wow, what a bad choice Joe Biden made. Number two is she hasn't sat down for an interview. When she sits down in an interview and says, do you want to fund ICE? Where do you stand on Medicare for all? Why didn't you show up? The most recent decision, already you got a question. She will not show up for the Prime Minister's joint session of Congress today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that. So that's her decision, and that's her decision. A college sorority today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like.
Sound like college to me, sir. Now, we dig deeper. We ask the deeper question. Well, was she addressing a sorority of black people? Because if she was, maybe your theory has weight here. But if it's just a room full of white people, well, sounded like he said college to me, college sorority. I heard college. Let me put the word colored in my mind. Colored. Remember, if you think about the word, you'll hear it, right? Remember that shit? So we'll think about colored, and let's see if we can even hear colored when we're trying to hear it colored. Let's see if we can get in it. I'm going to try to become you.
Congress today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she.
Okay, so when I'm saying now think about the word college, because I hear it when I think about color. College. Think about college. Now let's see if you hear college.
Address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that. So that's her.
He's like a college sorority, like he fucking. Show me the sorority. Show me the crowd she was addressing yesterday. It better be a bunch of black people, bro. It better be a black fucking sorority. It better be. Because if it ain't, it makes no sense that he even say the word colored. Do we have like a subtitle thing, like an AI that can analyze it and tell us what it thinks it said? What did it hear? Let's hear it again.
In the summer, a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that. So Congress today, she'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that. So that's her decision, and.
I can see how you hear colored, but I also hear college. Can also hear college.
Dress in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that. Already you got a question. She will not show up for the Prime Minister's joint session of Congress today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that.
Well, I mean, was it black people sorority? And of course, all the liberals here colored. Of course they do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said college, bro. Why would he say colored on that? Why would he even say that? This guy slowed it down.
In the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she
A college sorority.
In the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority.
I hear college. You can hear
in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority.
A college.
Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority.
Yeah, you can hear the ludge. You hear ludge. College. Sometimes you talk and just things come out weird, and it just came out weird. But when slowed down, you hear the ludge. College. Colored. Colored. College. Ludge. You hear ludge, you don't hear dirt. Where's the dirt?
She can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress in the summer, a sorority, a college sorority. Like she can't dress.
Yep. Debunk. What you got next? I debunked that. Remember you wanted me to denounce it earlier? Well, I denounce your lies and your attempted smear of this man. Trump said he'd be a dictator on day one. I keep hearing this, and I've never looked into it. Let's find out. Trump's vow to only be a dictator on day one. AP News. As Donald Trump faces growing scrutiny over his increasingly authoritarian, violent rhetoric, Fox News host Sean Hannity gave his longtime friend a chance to assure the American people that he wouldn't abuse power to seek retribution if he wins a second term. But instead of offering an answer, brushing off the warnings, Trump stoked the fire. Except for day one, the GOP frontrunner said Tuesday night before a live audience, and there's video of this. I want to close the border, and I want to drill, drill, drill. We love this guy, Trump said of Hannity. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no, other than day one. We're closing the border. We're drilling, drilling, drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator." I would hope you got some more here, brother, because I'm about to rip you up with this stupid shit that you just tried to pass off on me. How do you twist this? He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no. Other than day one. We're closing the border, and we're drilling, drilling, and drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator." How do you twist that comment into he's going to kill his political opposition and put him in prison and shit? How do you twist that? Till he's going to take gay rights away and put black people in the cotton field again and all that shit. This man said he's going to drill for oil and shut the border down. Does anyone disagree with those decisions? Do you want cheaper gas and you want the border secure? I mean, what the fuck? Basically, he's saying, I'm just going to do it by executive order and let the chips fall where they may. And then after that, yeah, business as usual. And you have twisted that into a bunch of stupid, ignorant shit about being this dictator putting people in camps and all this ignorant shit, bro. You all have kept saying that and saying that, and I finally looked into it, and it's bullshit again. Every fucking time I look into something you guys are flipping out about, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of overhyped bullshit. Do you ever get tired of wasting my time? He literally said he will be... Let me read it to you again. We love this guy, Trump said of Hannity. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, no, no. I said, no, no, no. Other than day one. On day one, we're going to close the border and drill for oil. After I do those two things, I'm not a dictator. How do you twist that into Hitler? Go. Explain it. Don't dodge it. Don't dance around it. Don't pretend I'm dancing around it. No, no, no. I have addressed it fully, read it 5 times. You need to back up your bullshit now or apologize for wasting our time. It's very simple. Stop dodging, dancing, deflecting, all this stupid faggot shit. Stop. The next motherfucker that pretends I dodge a question or I don't address things, I'm banning them. You're fucking living in such a fantasy. We don't even need you here. What are you talking about? We need to know how you twist what these comments into some dictator for life, he'll never leave, all the shit y'all was saying and shit. I'm glad I finally looked into that now, so now I can, some dude says that, I can just clown them. You see Trump, you see Biden was still pushing the Trump said you can inject bleach shit. He's still doing it. He did it like yesterday, bro. There's like a speech of him talking. I think it was yesterday. And he made a joke about Trump puts, he told you to inject bleach. And then he's like, but he puts it all in his hair or some shit. It's just like, Trump never said inject bleach, bro. Literally everything you all say, if we look into it, it's bullshit. I've done it too many times, so. I literally just did it. Right in front of your eyes, just looked into it. Just read you the quote. You be the judge. Does that sound like Hitler to you? He didn't say we're putting the Jews away, we're putting the blacks away. He said we're going to drill for oil, we're going to get the gas down and secure the border. Day one, and I'm doing it, and I don't care. Nobody's stopping me. If there's any type of dictator behavior, that's what it's going to be. I'm getting this gas down, and I'm securing that border. Enough is enough. I'm fine with it. Go ahead. I back him. If that's what he's gonna do, I back it. Do it. Do it, Trump. Fuck him. Fuck him. Don't let him stop you. Do it. This time, secure the border. This time, do what's got to be done. Why would I be mad about him getting the prices down of the gas, the prices down at the end? That means the electric bill goes down, all kinds of things go down. You understand if the price of gas goes down, the price of the groceries go down because the price it costs to put them in the back of a fucking truck and take them across the country goes down? You understand how that helps? You fucking retard fuck. Please, get out of our way. Please, stop fucking our lives up. Please. Please, life's hard enough without you motherfuckers making it worse. Please. And you've done enough. Just go sit down and let the adults deal with this, please. Before it's too late. My God. They're like, Trump raised the deficit. You have never gave a fuck about any of that. I've been bitching about that since I was 12 years old, talking about the debt and the country's in debt. And nobody cared. You don't care. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. The only reason that we have all that money printed and everything was because you were pushing a fake bullshit thing. Trying to make us feel like we were all going to die and we had to stay in our houses. So you did that. Shut up. Shut up. acting like you was against it or something. It's all Trump's fault. Nah, you was pushing Trump every day to do it. You was telling him he's got to do it. He's a fucking racist. He's killing grandmama. He's fucking everybody over. He's evil. He's a devil. Millions are dying, Trump. Do something. You were fear-mongering the fucking everybody. So you don't get to turn around and act like, oh, well, you know, it's everything. Fuck you. Fuck all that. Well, I'm not allowing it. You ain't doing it to me. Acting all innocent after you was trying to fucking, he was in here every day fucking, oh, you gotta wear a mask. Fuck off. Fuck off. You don't get to flip it around and use it against Trump. It's to be used against you. I told you during the primary, the only reason DeSantis can do it is because he didn't go along with all of it. You did. So you don't get to use it. You goof. Trump would have had his way. We would have opened up on Easter that year in 2020, and we wouldn't have a lot of these problems. They keep talking about, well, our economy fared better than other people's economy. Imagine how good our economy would be if we would have opened up on Easter of 2020. Well, think of everybody that would have died. Oh, please. Shut the fuck up. We didn't even have excess deaths in 2020, retard. We had them after. You be the judge on why. Smart move to retract the message, Bruce, because you probably said some dumb shit. Stop defending it. Stop embarrassing yourselves defending this crap. Just stop. Biden reopened the country and Republicans bitched about it. No, they didn't. Bro, come on, pushing that bullshit. This is what I mean. You cannot spend all of this time saying that Republicans want to reopen and they're going to kill us and they don't care about people, and then turn around and say Republicans were mad about reopening. That's fake. Your credibility is shot because you tried to pass 2 lies off on here today, and both of them got debunked. So you have no credibility. Why would anybody believe that? And you just told an outrageous, ridiculous lie that anybody with any brain could see is stupid. It's bullshit. Nobody's buying a Republicans. Enough. You can't do this. Don't you get it? Don't you get that this is such a ridiculous level of lying that it's going to cost you votes? You're treating people like they're dumb children and you can make them fall for anything. That is not reality, brother. The right-wing people, I'm here to let you in on a little secret. The people on the right are smarter than you. So you need to accept that reality, number one. They understand things way better than you. They're right about a lot of these topics. When it comes to the economy, their approach is far superior than yours, as we've seen countless examples of in other countries, and in our own country now we're seeing it. So you are bad for the economy. You are bad for crime. I mean, just these liberal policies are a failure. And you don't even need to see them put in practice. If you just think about them with any sense for any matter of minutes, you will quickly realize how stupid it sounds anyway. And how counterproductive it is to society. You know, we sit around all day wondering what's wrong with our children. Well, we send our women to work in cubicles when they used to raise our children. So that's the problem right there. But nobody wants to own up to it. Nobody wants to admit that we've made mistakes as a society. Nobody wants to admit men and women have roles in society, and these roles have been around for centuries. And we think that we can somehow change everything and we are different, but we're not. And things don't change, and that's just nature. And you see these types of things all throughout nature. when women decided they were men, and now we have men pretending to be women. It's just, I'm not even talking about transgender. I'm just talking about in general. Like, we got to get back to reality. Just like, that's really the problem in the country. We are all out of touch with reality. Not me, but most of you are. Where you think the border should be wide open. Like, what sense does that make? What other country lets their border be wide open? I mean, come on. That's silly. That everybody coming over that border is a good person is silly. And thinking that everybody that comes over it is a bad person is silly. None of this shit is even difficult. Quite frankly, these problems that we have are very simple to solve. The fact that you all bicker over them all the time just shows you're dumb. Shows your IQ level. You're fucking retarded. You're arguing over the stupidest fucking... You're arguing over making your life worse. You want to make it worse. Why would you want to make the country you live in worse in any way, shape, or form? That's just dumb. Counterproductive to your own life. So allowing a border to be wide open and allowing any criminals over that border increases the chance of me having to deal with them and their criminal activity. So why would I allow them in my country? And saying, well, we have criminals already is not a fucking answer, retard fuck. Well, we have criminals already. I guess why not have more? Is one of the dumbest points I've ever seen somebody try to make, and they've made it too many times to me, and it's stupid. It's dumb. You sound dumb. I've talked to enough of you that I've realized a liberal has only ever made a point to me in the last 8 years. I can remember it one time, and I can't even remember what it was, but I can remember one of you saying some real shit once. And I was like, oh, wow, I was impressed. Oh, wait, ALC said some real shit at that hearing. So 2 times now. Every once in a while, you say something that makes me go, oh, there's a glimmer of hope in you. You have some sense. But the rest of the time, you're just retarded as fuck. You act like all these things are complicated. Just secure the goddamn border. You goof. Newsflash, not all immigrants are children. Timed out. I am determined to raise the intelligence level of this stream. You're 5 minutes in timeout for even saying something like that. Don't ever say it again. I don't need to be talked to like I'm a fucking 9-year-old boy. A grown-ass man. Do not state obvious shit to me. Ever again. You will be timed. Every time you do it from now on, it's a 5-minute timeout if anyone does it. If you state some obvious stupid shit to me, if you treat me like I'm a dumb 12-year-old boy who don't know nothing about the world, 5 minutes in the hole. Enjoy it. Sit there. Think about it. No! Not all of them are criminals. Not only have I said that multiple times in this very stream, but fucking duh. Fucking duh. If I gotta reply to your comment with fucking duh, I'm just gonna time you out 5 minutes. Just know that. And when you get that 5-minute timeout, just know that you said something fucking obvious and stupid, and there was no need for you to say that. Because nobody even here even thinks that but Cappy. And he ain't even here. And everybody thinks Trump's not going to debate her. Of course he's going to debate her. Good God. He didn't debate DeSantis because DeSantis would have wiped the floor with him, and it would have helped DeSantis. There was nothing to gain for Trump. And he had the nomination in the bag. He was up 60 points. There was nothing to gain from him debating DeSantis. DeSantis wanted it. Why do you think DeSantis wanted it? Because he would have won the debate. It wouldn't have made Trump look good. It would have just been a bad thing to do. But Kamala? Oh, fuck it, wipe the floor with her, so. Oh, yeah, DeSantis would have got him because DeSantis had real things to say. Kamala is going to push lies, and it's just... Well, you know what to expect from the debate with Kamala. January 6th, January 6th, January 6th, dictator, Project 2025, blah, 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 blah. That's easy shit, bro. That's light hanging. That's light work. Light work. That's a bunch of bullshit. When you have to actually debate a guy that knows what he's talking about, it has legitimate points to make, that's a tough debate. So why even have it when you're up 60 points? Why have it at all? Why do it to yourself? I'm not saying Trump wouldn't have had his moments, but Trump would have made sophomore jokes and talked about DeSantis' appearance, and it would have made Trump look goofy. It wouldn't have helped him. So he made a very logical decision not to even to participate in it, and he trusted that it wouldn't hurt him, because it could have. Some people, if they wouldn't have debated, it would have hurt them. But Trump, he took the gamble that it wouldn't, and it paid off. Didn't hurt him. There was nothing to gain from debating DeSantis. Once again, you're up 60 points. You do take a risk that you could look like a bitch not debating, but it's a risk I'd be willing to take. If I was in Trump's shoes, I would have done the same thing. Because the risk of getting in that debate and having to defend your COVID positions and stuff is just, it's not good. And DeSantis is going to hammer that stuff. He's going to hammer the spending. He's going to hammer these things. Now, liberals can't talk about these things. They can't talk about these things, but he can. Liberals talk about them, you're just going to roll your eyes. Well, a liberal telling you about spending, give me a break. A liberal telling you about raising taxes, give me a break. A liberal telling me somebody's out of touch with reality or any, I mean, come on. Even liberals talking about dictatorship after they've tried to put their political opponent in prison and assassinate him is crazy to me. Like, you people are goofy, bro. And they've been trying to censor their political opponents for years, silencing them, getting them banned off these apps and things. I mean, look what they did to Alex Jones. So, why would I take them serious when they're talking about dictators and all this crap and fascism? Like, these people are the ones that have been censoring. These people are the ones that have getting people fired from their jobs and doing all these horrible things. Why would I want them in power over Trump? Like I said, I'll take my chances with Trump. Like this, I mean, you can say all this stuff about dictator and all this, but I'm willing to take the chance that he puts you in a fucking camp. I'm willing to take the chance that he puts you in a cotton field. I'm confident that that won't happen, but it's a risk I'm willing to take, and I think there's a lot of black people out there willing to take that same risk because they're, you know, they know the reality: cheaper gas, cheaper food, more opportunities for jobs and things. They know life was better under Trump. They just know it, and they don't blame Trump for COVID. People don't blame Trump for COVID. At the end of the day, they blame liberals for it. I get that we were doing that during the you all have to grow up. First of all, you have to grow up a little bit. You have to stop acting like children. This is politics. We were in a primary. So you're going to talk about the issues. You're going to hammer the other guy. The difference is we didn't slander Trump and lie about him. Why would I lie about the guy? I fully want him to be the president. If he's a nominee, then I want him to win. So it would be very silly for me to pretend like, to lie about him. Like to get on here and say he's Hitler. He's going to do all these lie things. No. You've got two candidates here, and I just think this guy's better. In certain aspects. Now, in foreign policy, I got to go with Trump. See, I'm just real. I'm just too real for my own good. Like, people just can't accept an honest fucking person who's like, you know, DeSantis really good on the economy. I like a lot of this stuff domestically, DeSantis. But foreign policy, I got to go Trump. You got to go Trump with foreign policy. And maybe, just maybe, and I think this is what the voters feel, is like, They like DeSantis, but the world is on fire and we need Trump. I think that's really, that's not what it all, a lot of it comes down to indictments, but I think people feel like Trump can end these wars. And I think people were hesitant, can DeSantis end them? Does he want to end them? Is he part of this? Yeah, he's doing great as the governor of Florida, but if we put him in charge of the military, is he a neocon? Is he going to just get into these wars and be one of these Republicans? I know Trump isn't going to do it. I know he has no desire to do it. So when the world is on fire, maybe perhaps you have to go with that. You have to put the foreign policy first and foremost. It's certainly better than putting abortion at the forefront of your fucking vote, like a fucking dweeb. Imagine voting someone simply based on abortion. Imagine how fucking childish you are. Like, you people are childish, but you're not voting on abortion. I mean, how sick you gotta be? That's your number one issue, is can you kill your kid? Crazy, bro. Crazy. Yeah, Trump does motivate the country. Exactly. Trump winning would motivate everybody. You'd be like, man, things are going to improve. You'd have hope. Now, the liberals, but you got to understand, liberals, they're going to feel the opposite. But you have to also understand they're miserable anyway. They're miserable anyway. Like, Biden's been the president, and yeah, we've been fucking with him, but he's kind of a, I don't hate him completely. There's part of me that's sad to see him go. It's like, damn, they kind of did him dirty at the end, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit. They did him dirty. A liberal's incapable of feeling that about Trump. Be very wary when you really start to hate these people, because that's when you become them. I'm not like them. I know I'm not. I feel bad for old Biden. Because, I mean, they're treating him like, oh my God, he's a fucking retard. His fucking brain's falling out. But they put him up there. They propped him up. They encouraged him to run. They did all this shit, man, to him. And they're going to turn around and throw him under the bus. They threw his man under the bus. They threw him under the bus. And they want us to do it to Trump. And we didn't do that to Trump in the primary. They just flipped on Biden. All of a sudden, he went from, oh, he's perfectly competent, best president we've ever had, blah, 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 to suddenly, oh, this fucking piece of shit old man. God, he's so selfish. God, he's so fucking selfish. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like these DeSantis people who just won't support Trump now. It's like, well, he was good enough in 2020 for you. I mean, come on. You telling me he ain't better than Biden? He was better than Biden in 2020. How is he not better now? He's certainly better than Kamala. What the fuck? They're talking about, I'm voting for RFK. I'm voting for blah, 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 blah. And then when they get these Supreme Court victories, they celebrate them. Ain't that ironic and funny? Well, who do you think got you those Supreme Court victories? Trump. You're not keeping your eye on the prize. You're not. These people are selfish. That's why I was insulted when these fucking MAGA dorks would come in here and lump me in with these people and talk to me like I'm some fucking... You need to get a grip, sir. You need to get a grip and get control of your emotions. Like I told that guy that night, he was unhinged on that Discord. I could hear it in his voice. You need to get control of your emotions and stop treating me like I'm a Biden voter. You need to get control of yourself. Jesus Christ. Your candidate's getting a little truthful criticism and you're melting down. Melting fucking down. Well, Smokey, they're going to be able to use this against Trump. Well, you don't have no problem saying the N-word on Twitter all day. You don't think they'll use that against him and his supporters all the time, you fucking dork? You think all that Jew hate you're pushing helps Trump get elected? Yeah, it really helps. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Really helping everybody win. Really helping get people to support Trump by screaming the N-word and Just acting like a total fag all the time. It's helping a lot. Trump's a bigot. No. No. Not at all. Far from it. I've observed Trump for too long. I just don't see it. I've looked for it. It's not there. Trump is too nice to his enemies to be a bad person. That's the first thing you guys need to realize. You're missing that. That's right in your face, and you miss it every time. MAGA misses it, and liberals miss it. Trump is, I'll say this again, Trump is too nice to his enemies to be a bad person. If you're a bad person, you're going to be bad to your friends, bad to everyone. You're certainly going to be bad to your enemies. Trump's too nice to them. Too forgiving. Too forgiving. Trump talks about the border all the time, not because he's racist against Mexicans. It's because Trump actually does give a shit about these fentanyl overdoses. Trump's always been talking about people dying and stuff. He's always been on the radio and bitching about things like that. So if you just follow Trump's life a little bit, maybe listen to him a little bit, you might learn something about the guy. But you can pretend that everyone's evil and hateful and, well, he shit on Rosie O'Donnell. Well, that doesn't mean he hates black people or hates everybody on the planet. You're allowed to have enemies, brother. There are people in life that you're not going to like, and you're going to talk shit about them, and they're going to talk shit about you. Rosie O'Donnell and Trump don't like each other. They've been feuding with each other for decades. That doesn't mean Trump hates all women. It doesn't mean he talks to all women the way he talks to Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell is his rival. So just because he makes these comments about her, after she's made comments about him, by the way, does not mean that this is how he talks about every woman. And, grow up. Grow up. God, grow up. Just never seen, God, it's such a childish time to be alive. I wish I was born in the 80s. I was born in the 80s. Fuck's sake. I wish I was born in the 60s. That way I would have been dead in fucking 2000 or something. Could have died right before it all went to shit. Back in the 90s when everything was just kind of normal. Didn't have to talk about the race and gender all day. I mean, God, we get it. God, we get it. Even the first time was like, okay, explain to me how Trump's first term was holy shit. Because let's be real here, brother. That was not like that at all. It was actually pretty calm and boring, if you think about it. What did we do every day? We talked about Trump and what he said on Twitter. So how bad could have things been in life? How crazy could it have actually been? Just because the media acted like it was crazy, it's like, are you telling me things ain't... So the Trump years were holy shit, but the Biden years ain't been holy. This year's been holy shit. This entire year. Almost went to war at North Korea. Five more minutes. 5 more minutes for you in the hole. We did not go to war, almost go to war with North Korea. We were not a worldwide embarrassment to other countries. That's a lie. 2 lies. You can't peddle lies in here. Another 5 minutes for lying twice. Should be 10, but I'll give you 5. It does not depend how you see it. No. Nope. We're not doing this my truth bullshit. Nope, there's only one truth. It is not how you see it. Knock it off. You're not sop in this room. No, you're not. That shit don't work in here, son. I wouldn't even consider myself a hardcore MAGA guy. Nope. Wrong again. I'm willing to have a conversation, but first you have to stop lying. You gotta stop pushing lies. Because you're arguing in bad faith. The world will be more peaceful under Trump. Fact. Everybody knows it. What really scares you is if he wins and then I end up being right. That's what really this is about. That's the last thing you want. Why can't you be a kind person? You always seem hateful. No, not at all. I don't seem hateful. I'm actually a very nice person. Probably nicer than you. I just don't take no shit. Take people's bullshit. I think these people have lied enough, and they've got our country into a mess, and their lies almost got Trump killed, and it's time to stop being nice about these lies. Can you point to an example of me being hateful? You can. And if you do, it'll be some lie, some over-exaggerated nonsense, like it always is. It'll be me telling some guy the brutal truth. And I only told him to save him, to help him have a better life. All the horror. Trump supplied Ukraine with weapons too, though. I reciprocate energy, so anybody you see me being mean to, trust me, they earned it. Paul has earned the way I treat him. Trust me on that. Everything, like, if I'm fucking with somebody, they've done far worse to me than say things. And they totally earned me telling them to go fuck themselves. Now, these guys are just wrong about politics, and I'm just telling them, stop lying. There's nothing hateful about telling a guy, please. It's actually hateful to keep trying to manipulate me with lies. They're being hateful. I consider it hate. It's hate speech. Basically, you're basically calling me a retard. Because you're like, I can get this. He'll fall for this. I'm the type of guy that's going to go look it up, though, immediately. I got this other phone here, so I'm going to look it right up. So, it doesn't going to work. It never works. I just wish you all realize that. We're going to look up whatever you say right here on this phone. And we're going to get to the bottom of it and see how true your statements are. And as we've seen with the day one and all that, you're just liars, bro. You're lying. If you get a little loud, put a little passion in your voice, these guys think you're being hateful and angry. They just don't understand entertainment. They don't understand content creation. They don't understand that you can't just whisper into the mic. What am I, Brett Weinstein? Go watch Brett Weinstein if you want. Listen, it's just... You're a liar. Quit lying. Life is better when you're nice to everyone, even if they don't deserve it. No, that's actually not true at all. Reciprocating energy is the way to live your life. Treat people the way they treat you. If somebody's nice to you, be nice to them. If somebody's a dick, you have no obligation to be nice to them. And I am nice to the people that are assholes, so. How many chances have I gave Par? Is Duckhead not in here? I rest my case. I'm probably the nicest guy in this fucking room right now. Yeah, Trump keeps us out of these wars. Trump will end that war. That Ukraine bullshit, all that shit. He'll get it under control. And then what will you say? What will you lie about then? People are funny. That's being bitter. I'm not bitter at all. And I don't hold grudges. You don't even know me. If you knew me in real life, you'd realize how silly you sound. I forgive people all the time. I'm just getting to a point in my life after 37 years where I'm like, I need to stop forgiving these people. I need to start making people pay for the way they act. Hence why the last relationship ended the way it ended. It's enough. People need to realize they can't act like that. They don't get a pass for acting that way. You don't treat people like that. So stop forgiving people so much. Stop letting people get away with it. It's not bitterness, it's self-respect. Oh, you definitely don't know me well. I listen to this silly shit y'all be saying. I don't know me very well at all. My life has not been documented. I've ran a channel, and I've told you some stories, but I can listen to you talk and your fantasies, and I can tell you don't know nothing. I mean, I've been honest, and you guys are in a fantasy. That's what I'm saying. You guys can't even accept the honesty. I love the internet because it's like I get it so well. I understand the thought process behind it. I just get it. I've been here so long that I just know I could be a lot worse if I wanted. I could have my own fatty coin, but I'm just not that guy. I'm not going to do that stuff. I've had some bigger YouTubers. I'm not going to say their names, but I've had them DM me. I've had some, you want to do this? You want to, it just doesn't, it's not kind of shady to me, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about that one, man. I'll just talk about the news, man. I don't want Duck in there. I'm tired of these guys like Pard and all these faggots always stirring up drama. Fake drama all the time. We get enough of that in the chat. We don't need it in the Discord, quite frankly. I like the group chat. You can just go in there and like talk about things going on or something. Talk about normal shit. I don't think the group chat should be just fake gay drama trolling all the time. I don't think we need more of that. Like, after they shot Trump, that's why I kind of like, Par's got to go. It's just, this shit's got to go. This shit's gay, and nah. Like, this election coming up, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and there's just too much to do and talk about. And we don't need gay shit like that every day. It's distracting. I have ADHD, so I'm easily distracted. And if I feel like I can make something kind of funny, I'll just go with it. Just start rambling about it. And it's such low-hanging fruit, I'm always going to grab it. So I think if I remove that gay faggot shit, I'll elevate my game. So I'm good on that. Sorry. But some of these guys just can't. Like I said, there's a time for faggot trolling shenanigans, but until you all can get yourselves under control and benefit the stream, you just gotta go. Sorry. I don't know where that went. Let me get some water. And I'm glad it started cooling down. I gotta run the air all day. want to be famous. You could have fought Wings for cash. No, I couldn't. Why do you all believe silly shit? I'm not famous. I wouldn't fight Wings. I wouldn't box him. After I watched him fight Boogie, it's like he's just gonna swarm you in a corner, and once that weight's in front of you, what are you gonna do? Hell nah. Hell nah. Wings definitely could have had. I feel like he should have pursued the boxing more, you know? Who else could have he boxed? Because he's got some fucking rivals. I mean, I'd have done it for the right amount of money, shit. 100%. I don't give a fuck. Knock me the fuck out. I don't care. They got paid 10 grand. I don't know about that. 10 grand. Boogie was talking like he spent, like he didn't even get anything from it. Like the way he was talking, like the trip he had to fly. Didn't they go do it in London or some shit? He had to fly somewhere. He said it. He said, I swear I seen a video of Boogie saying it cost him money. That he was in the red after. No, nobody offered me anything. Just because you troll about something doesn't mean I pretend it's real. Okay, I'm not retarded. Please stop talking to me like I'm a retard. And a gullible moron. That just because you come in my DMs and say something, I believe it. Thank you. God bless you people that think you're just clever and people take you so serious. 10 grand would not be enough for me to get on a fucking plane and fly to fucking Europe or where the fuck. To get knocked out, because I'm telling you right now, there's no way to get away from him. He is going to swarm you with that weight. I watched him do it to Boogie. He's going to swarm you with the weight. And where are you going to go? Your only move is to kind of tire him out, but man, when he's on you, 500 pounds on you, and you're backed into the ropes, backed into a corner, there's nowhere to go. Then it's just a question of how hard he hits. Now, I can take a hard hit, but how hard does he hit? He couldn't knock Boogie down. But how tough is Boogie? I don't know. So many questions. But of course, it's a waste of time to think about these things because it's irrelevant. It's not reality. Once again, this is a constant theme, and there's a reason. When I say things, please understand this. They have deep meaning behind them. You have to get out of the fantasy. Remember a year ago when I said, when I was doing Instacart and I was barely on here, and I was like, guys, forget these dreams. You're not going to be a rapper. Stop working on the mixtape. Most people live average lives. You're not an exception, and you're not special. Get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and just go to work. So simple. So simple. Because I'm telling you right now, who even wants all that fame and all that bullshit? Yeah, hell, they only got 10 grand to box. That's not even a lot of money to do all that bullshit. That's not even a lot. Think of how much money the motherfuckers made off promoting that fight. And they gave them motherfuckers 10 grand a piece. It's not a lot of money. And Boogie versus Wings, that could have been the main event. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a main event fight. If it's promoted right, build it up for a year or whatever. There should be training videos of them training. They half-assed that fight, quite frankly. That was just a quick buck, bro. They was just all in it for a quick buck. But if they had any vision, what could have been, I would have hyped that up for a year. I would have had them both in the gym kind of training and shit. They just treated it as like a circus act, but it could have been two fat dudes. They're going to fight at the end of the year. They're going to train. And by the end of the year, maybe they've lost some weight. Maybe we've turned this from a circus into an inspirational journey. And that gets more views than the circus. And if you had any vision, you'd realize that. But these guys are in it for a quick buck. That's all they're in it for. That's all they'll ever be in it for. That's why they're selling crypto bullshit. They have no long-term vision of anything. I used to have a long-term vision. I don't care anymore, but you got to have a vision of where you're going. And they just want the quick buck. On to the next quick buck. On to the next quick buck. But they literally could document their weight loss and get millions of views, turn their entire reputations around, make a ton of money, and it's just right there in their face. It's so easy. And they can't handle it. They can't do it. They would rather make a fat coin, scam you with crypto coin. Like, you'll make far more money if you do exactly what I just told you to do. You have backed yourself into a corner, and all you can do now is go, look, I'm sorry, and from this day forward, I'm going to be in the gym every day. I'm going to get serious. I'm documenting the whole thing. And then if you consistently follow through, and people see you losing weight, slowly over time, and you stop with the crypto and the nonsense, slowly over time, you'll turn it all around. So simple. They have it so easy because they're fat as fuck, and it's like they already have this built-in fan base. It's all you need to do is just go flip it around, flip your whole mindset around, and just lose the weight. Document every workout. Go live at the gym. Let them make fun of you on the machine, whatever the fuck. It's better content than faking having cancer. And oh my God. See, this is what I mean. This is what I'm saying, bro. Some of these guys, bro, they got famous on very limited talent. And they made a ton of money. El Presidor used to make videos about it all the time. He used to say all the time, this isn't going to last forever. Eventually, this gold mine of money that we shouldn't even be getting is going to go away. And these people are going to crumble when it does. That's exactly what's happened. That's exactly what's happened to these guys. And that's why they keep fucking they keep embarrassing themselves for money. Shoving things up their butt and all this crazy shit. Because they're used to this crazy amount of money. And the only way they can get it now is to do the most outlandish, fucked up shit. And it's sad. It's sad to realize that these people don't really have any talent. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. They were making regular videos. And there was a time when people liked them, but then people stopped. They stopped getting the views. Nobody wanted to listen to them talk anymore, so they decided to do weirdo shit. And then you try to compare that to me. I don't do weirdo shit. All day, all people do is ask me to talk. So I'm not in this position. I was never famous. I was never a big YouTuber. I chose to back off of it. I chose to go, stop putting so much effort into this. That was a choice. Because who cares? It's all censored to shit anyway. I'll build a channel up so they can ban it again. It's a waste of time. Make a bunch of videos, they're just going to delete them. Waste of time. Kentucky let the poor slide 15 years. Oh, I won't be in this house forever. We're getting closer, I know that. We get closer by the day. Once again, you have to accept I'm telling the truth. You'd enjoy these streams a lot better if you just stop with the fantasy. Smokey's got money. Smokey's lying about this. Smokey's... Stop. Get out of your own head. Because it doesn't even make sense. Do I have to explain this to you? Do I have to break down why you're stupid? Because I can. What's your theory? I'm manipulating you? Out of what? If I was going to manipulate, I'd certainly do better than that. Fucking retard. Good Lord. Use a brain. Use a brain. That's the beauty of going through real struggle. You don't have to manipulate. This is my life. Who gives a fuck? That's what I'm saying about Boogie. You're fat as fuck. Wings, you're fat as fuck. Just be real. I'm fat. I'm struggling. Let people see the struggle. Let people see you at the gym and just fucking let them see it. I'll document. You're already embarrassing yourself anyway. Do that. And at least you could be losing the weight, and you could people see you doing something and they'd say, man, this guy's trying. Just getting on there and whining every day. Oh my God. I'm fat. I'm fat. Go to the gym. Quit eating. Quit eating so much, motherfucker. Dude, I'm about to go to Wendy's. Speaking of eating. And then you got some fucking dumb faggot. How can you tell people not to be fat, but you're going to Wendy's? Because I'm not fat. Fucking idiot. I haven't ate since last night at like 9 something. That's why I ain't fat. You're fat because you ate last night, midnight snack. You ate this fucking morning. You're sitting there eating lunch, listening to this right now. You're fat. You can't stop fucking stuffing your face. Trust me, if they walked into prison and said everybody's getting Wendy's, prisoners would celebrate. No, it's not about that, AP. They want to catch me in a lie. And what they don't realize is I'm not lying, so there's nothing to catch me in. There's going to come a day where the eviction notice... See, you have to understand, AP, I'm excited about when they put it on the door because I can get on here and go, look at this, and shove it right in their dumb fucking faces and laugh at them. Because I'm a sick motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. My life gets worse, but I can rub it in their face that they're a bunch of fucking retards who are in their own minds. And everything I'm saying builds to that moment. Don't you understand? It builds to that moment. It's just like when I put the drug test on here. And we built for years to that moment and let them yep. And then, oh, look. There's nothing. There's nothing in my system. There's all the drugs. And then they got to backpedal. But that morning, when I said I was going to go do the drug test, they were all going, well, you're going to fail it. You sure about that? You need a detox drink or something? I was like, people are stupid. But I win in the end. I get to laugh in the end. I'm intelligent enough to know. I know how the story ends. I get evicted out of here. Of course, everyone's getting evicted out of here. I don't know what day. It's a whole process they go through. A court thing they got to do. It's not my house. I'm not turning this into anything. I'm just waiting to... I'm just here because I got nowhere to go right now. So might as well just sit here. Everybody's stuff is still here. Everybody's not moved the rest of their stuff out. So they're the ones in charge of this process, so I'll know when they come in here and really start moving their stuff out that we're getting real close. They're probably waiting for the eviction notice too. Everybody knows the process, so who gives a fuck? You got 30 days. But to get to that process of putting it on the door, there's a process. You understand? All kinds of shit in this house. My shit's in this little room right here. Everything I got. Where's the shit, am I? Not my stuff. They live around the corner, not too far away. They've been coming every couple of days and taking some stuff. They've been slowly moving stuff out. I'm just saying, once they realize they got to get it out in eviction, it'll all be out. They'll be like, are you going to help us move it out? Oh, yeah. They'll probably give me a little money, so I'll help. Why not? Make some money. You gotta understand, everybody's supposed to be out of this house. I was supposed to move at Jess. We're all supposed to be gone. You understand? You understand that this is not my fault that I'm here. I trusted a woman. I should have known better, of course. In a way, it is my fault, but yeah, you should be able to trust people who are telling you that this is their, especially when it's their idea. This is all her idea. If she would have never came along, we would have never gave this house up. She's the one that convinced me to do it all. And I was hesitant. Jess is a real one for letting you stay. What are you talking about? Letting me stay where? She's never let me stay anywhere. She moved in with me. She had nowhere to go and asked me if she could stay with me. Why do you think she moved in? I'm a bad guy. You're so hateful. How many girls I gotta let move in? How many people I gotta let move in and help them out? And let me tell you this right now. When I have to move, who's gonna help me out? Who's gonna lend their hand out and say you can stay with me? Not Jess. I wouldn't stay there anyway, but we're gonna find out. And I like that. I like knowing that I'll find out who gives a shit and who don't. And then I can act accordingly moving forward with my life. Because at the end of the day, I'll be fine. I'm a man. I'll be fine. Temporary problem that'll go away at some point. Not a big deal. It's nothing to get upset about. But at least I'll know. Can't trust that person ain't gonna do shit. Somebody probably will, but there'll be a lot of people that won't. And I'll remember the things I did for them, and I'll say, yeah, okay. It won't be nobody that I've ever let move in with me. That's for damn sure. Won't be none of them. Why would I move to Texas? I'm dating someone here. My kids are here. Why would I move to Texas? My whole family's here. What's for me in Texas? You? Who are you? It'll probably be fun, but I just miss my kids. This girl will probably be real pissed. This girl's hooked on this dick. She ain't gonna be too happy about that.
wouldn't try to move in with Big HD. He's got a whole family. I wouldn't try to infringe on all that. I wouldn't ask anybody, honestly. I would just go live in the tent. I'm not going to ask any of them. I won't. I will go live in the tent at the campsite. Now, once I do that, and some people call me and say, well, what are you doing? Where are you at? And I tell them that, then they'll be like, well, you should have asked me. But I ain't going to be calling around asking. Fuck it. Kind of an adventure to me. If I didn't have no kids and shit, my mom wasn't alive, I probably would move out of this fucking state, but there's too much for me here in this town. I'd get up at 5 a.m. Who cares? Once you start doing it every day, you get used to it. It'll take you long to get used to it because you'll go to bed and you'll wake up at 5. I actually work, so I actually get shit done. As long as you train me, if you just throw me out there and I don't know what I'm doing, I'll just be like, well, what the fuck? You show me what you want me to do, I'll do it. It'll get done. I'm only good, like if I've done a job, when I was working, that's why I was so good at Food Line. I didn't need nobody to tell me what to do. I was the guy that told everybody else what to do, and I was the guy that had to train people. It's nice to have a job, you know everything to do. You just get in there, get it done. You don't have to be told. Like, I didn't need a boss. That's why I became a boss. Nobody had to tell me what to do. That's how you get promoted to a boss. Like, they give you a department and you run it, and they never have to come over there and tell you anything. And so eventually your boss starts to realize, well, he gets promoted and he starts to think, well, this guy, I don't ever have to, he just does his job and I don't have to yell at him. That's who you want under you. Because you got to understand what, you have to understand, and I wish I would have understood this when I was working there. You don't need to bitch that the manager's not working as hard as you, because one day you're going to be him and you're going to be able to sit in the office and the workers will be bitching about you. But you'll remember that all the work you did to earn that spot. He's earned that spot. He used to stock the shelf. He shouldn't need you. If he has to be out there stocking the shelf, what does he need you for? You got to get away from this liberal, it's a liberal mindset at work that, the boss should be working out. He should be out here stocking the shelves with me. No, he shouldn't. If he's having to do that, you suck at your job. He should fire you and hire somebody else, man. And once you get into management, you realize you actually have stuff you have to do. There's stuff you have to do in the office. There's stuff you have to do with the stupid computer. You have to go build displays, and you have to come up with displays. You know those displays in the store? You got to come up with that. You got to come up with creative displays. Like when the Super Bowl's coming up, you got to order chips and shit. You got to build a display, put the chips out. You got to think about where you're going to sit the chips. You got all kinds of things to do. It's a lot harder than stocking a shelf because you got to think. You got to think about what's going to sell. You got to analyze the analytics. What sells? I need to order more of it because it's a Super Bowl. They're going to be buying more chips. I need extra chips in the back to bring out to the shelf when they sell these. That's why you go in the store and everything out of stock, because the guy running it's a retard and he don't care. I cared about my shit. You didn't come in and you know how many times I went to Kroger doing Instacart, they were out of eggs, out of milk. I never ran out of milk and eggs. Because I knew how to order them. I knew I would have all the eggs on the shelf the night before the new truck came. That's how good I had it. I knew exactly how many eggs were going to sell every week. Now, if there was a storm and there was a run on, there's a storm coming and people run and buy eggs and milk, that's when you'd run out. But that's like an emergency and you can't plan for an emergency. Sometimes you can, though. If you pay attention to the weather and you know there's snow coming, you order extra milk. There's a lot going on in management. Sorry, we can't be out there stocking the shelf with you fucking nerds. Trust me, that's an easier job. Get this truck done and go home. It's easy. Walmart never hires me. Done applied there too many times. I need to go over the price list.
For real. If I could find a store, the reason they hired me at Dollar
General is because of my management experience. She wanted to make me her assistant manager. That's why she hired me. If you can find a store where they kind of need an assistant, they'll hire somebody like me. But these stores that got the management, they don't want to. I feel like they don't want to hire me because I'm like a threat to their job. Like I'm a man. I used to be a manager, so I'm not gonna be content. I will be content just stocking the shelf. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to take your job. I mean, I probably will because I'm better than you and I will excel at the job, but it's not my fault.
I'm too good at retail.
I'm too good at the grocery shit. So, and my mindset's too sharp now. I wouldn't even complain. My shit would be better than ever. It's just too easy. That's why I hated working at Dollar General. They wouldn't let me clean the store up. They just wanted me to stand at the cash register. That old lady that got everybody fired, I argued with her all the time. Because I'd be like, look, there's so much work to do and we got to get it done. You are old and you need to stand up front and let younger people, I'm in shape, I'm young, let me stock the shelves, I'll get more done. And that's what we need because the back room is packed with shit, bro. It's crazy. And they keep reordering extra stuff. Like that store's losing money like crazy. It was when I worked there. That woman came in one day, had a meeting, and was telling us how much we were losing on theft and everything. And I'm just thinking, how much money you lose on reordering the same item over and over and over and over because you don't ever stock it on the shelf. So you keep reordering the same fucking thing. And anytime I went in the back room and started stocking that shit, I would find the same items over and over and over getting ordered. And I'm like, this is a clusterfuck. I've done this job. Trust me, this is a mess. You've got to get it under control. And the only way to get it under control is to put someone in the position to deal with it. Get out of my way, old lady. That's what I told them. Before she got that one woman fired, I was like, get this old woman out of my way and we'll get this done. But she's in my way. I can't get nothing done. She's my boss when she's here, so she's making me stand at the register. That old woman wouldn't even listen to her boss. Her boss told her many times, you have to stay at the front. She wouldn't listen.
That's the problem with a lot of these fast food places.
These employees are fucking dummies, bro. They're not team players. They don't want to get that job done. They want to make everything harder for everybody else. They're selfish. They're sitting there playing on their phone while you're trying to get the job done. Like, let's just get this done, man. Play on your phone at home. Fuck.
Put a podcast on and get to work. Work goes by faster when
you stay busy anyway. The day flies by. You don't want to be sitting on that phone looking at that clock all day.
A job's a job.
Once you just start looking at it like that, there's nothing to be miserable about. You should be happy you got a job. You got a paycheck coming. Be happy. Some people don't. Some people are trying to get a job. They don't have one. You have one. And if you've been working there long enough, it's a piece of cake. You know how to do it. So just do it.
I have a purpose every day of my life.
I mean, I keep some of these guys from putting a bullet in their mouth. Is that not purpose enough?
hated fast food when I tried it, but I'm not against trying it again. But the pay's got to be right because it's a job, boy. They work your ass in there. It's hot. You got to deal. Think about it. It's hot. You're working around those fryers. It's hot. You're dealing with annoying, angry customers. You're working with food, which is kind of. I don't want to make anybody sick. I'm gonna be thinking about washing my hands all the time. That's the thing I had. My issue working at Wendy's is I saw things that was just like, oh God, like I can't do this. I can't grab these. I'm gonna be excessively washing my hands. I can't be grabbing people's food. It's just people are. Some of the stuff I seen was like, man. Like they were like mop the floor, so they tell you to go mop the floor, and so you got chemicals on your hands, and then they're like, all of a sudden they're like, can you grab those nuggets? It's like I'm cleaning with chemicals on my hand. I shouldn't be grabbing people's food. I don't know about this. I don't feel comfortable with this. This doesn't seem right. And then it's like I got to go wash my hands, and they're like, no, we got to be quick. We got to be quick. I think you got to be. I think we got to be sanitary here, honestly. I think the customer would prefer me wash my hands before I grab this. I would. Would you? That's me. And maybe that's just not how fast food works behind the scenes. So, and maybe I don't want to know more. I couldn't do it. I'd rather work on the roof, bro, in the sun, bro. Harder work, but man, I'm not built for that fast food. I'm not built for it. People are built for different jobs. That's not for me. I really should be dealing with customers either because, God, they get on my fucking nerves with their bullshit too, but I can kind of deal with that. But some of them get mouthy as shit. Man, I just got the urge to be like, fuck you. You stupid fuck. I don't know, when people come in the store and act fucking stupid, that gets on my nerves. They try to act like, well, you know, the sign said, and you're like, that's the wrong sign, man. You can read it. It says Oreo cookies, not crackers. It's a different price, man. It said Oreo cookies right there. That's okay, though. I just give them the price. I don't even argue with them no more here. Here, take it for free, actually. Since we fucked up, take it for free. Have a great day. You want to know about all that. Need to go to E-Town for real. Try to do a couple orders. Bike fully charged. Can't go to the gym today, so. If Wendy's is doing that, then that's like, I think that's a health violation for real. Just report that if you see that. You can't do that. I don't eat their shit. I don't eat that shit. Wendy's burgers are pretty good. So is Burger King. I can't eat the McDonald's burgers anymore, but Burger King and Wendy's pretty good.
That burger I had at Culver's the other day after I left the hospital, man, it was good. Holy fucking shit. It was expensive, but fuck it, I was in pain. They didn't give me no pain medicine, so I had a giant burger. And it eased the pain. That's why y'all eat so much. It eases the pain. You don't think about the pain while you eat that burger. The only time I don't think about her is when I eat the burger. Oh, come back, oh. Never had the McDonald's steak. Sounds gross. I didn't hear about that, but don't surprise me. The guy that was putting signs in his yard in like Michigan. Same story. I seen something like that. Didn't read into it though. I eat for energy. He's dead. Of course he is. Fucking 7 years old or 8 years old. Got hit by a fucking ATV. I need to eat more, but it's like I'm broke, so. It's like I need more protein powder. I'm out of that, but I'm broke. That's $27. Jesus Christ. That's how you get them gains, though. That 100 grams of protein from that shake every day. And then you eat, like. It's hard to eat, though. It's hard to just keep eating. Too expensive. No, I get the protein powder. I don't buy those individual shakes no more. You buy the powder, you get... That's how you save money. Make your own shakes at home. If you buy them individually, you'll spend about $78 a week. Or you could spend $27 a week. Clear difference. It's like pre-workout. Those are like $3.70 a pop. Or you could just buy the powder and you're not spending $3.70 a day. It adds up. And you could just get $17. This pre-workout I get lasts for over a month. Or at least a month. That's where your money really goes. When you start looking at your budget, that's where it goes. Shit like that. If you can get rid of shit like that and go buy it in bulk, that's where you're going to save your money. You're not going to spend that every day. You'll save money. You're going to the CVS spending $5 a day on that shit, you're fucking tripping. You're tripping. Hey, you go to Walmart to buy the powder. That's the cheapest place to buy it. When you pay me to go all the way to Roadhouse and you pay for that expensive meal, you can make it worth my while. Let's see. Let me tell you how far it is. You expect me to go on this bike and pedal. Fucking Roadhouse. Always packed. 11 miles away. Go 11 miles and do what? I don't have money to eat there. $20 ain't enough to make the trip. $20 ain't gonna pay Texas Roadhouse. That's not worth 20. 11 miles there, 11 miles back. I mean, I would eat it there, but the food is going to be, the food would take the whole 20. Why would I walk there? There's a price to get me to walk there and walk back, but it ain't no 20. It ain't 40. You got to get 3 digits to get me to do that. That's a journey. It's a long journey. That's Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. An 11-mile walk, 11 miles back. That's 22 miles of walking. Oh, I'm not against walking, but why would I do it? Why would I walk all the way there to lose money? Nah. 150? Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you think about it, it's like a job. Walking there, walking back, that's going to take a lot of hours. So it needs to pay something worth your time. It's about the time. And you're going there and you're spending some of that money too because you're buying food. So you got to factor that in. Because, I mean, I don't really give a fuck. I'll eat Wendy's for $5, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to go eat all that bullshit and spend that money. Don't need all that. And them rolls sound good. But not for no $25, it don't. I am about to go to Wendy's, though. I just told you, 11 miles. Walking, it says it's going to take 5 hours and 11 minutes. I'll give you 25 for that. On the bike, an hour and 5 minutes. Like, it's a journey on the bike. I think I can get there quicker, though, but it's saying an hour, 5 minutes. Hell, it's an 18-minute drive. Hour bike ride, 5-hour walk. 11 miles, a 600 feet climb. I don't think it goes 45. I think it gets like to 20 or something. Pretty fast for a bike. I don't know if I want to go how fast I want to be going after all that bullshit. We're getting more and more every day. They're building a Dunkin' Donuts right down the street here. Hopefully they get that built before I have to move. God, that powdered donut. Oh, it was so good. I can't stop thinking about that. I'm going this weekend to get one. I might get two. I haven't had Dunkin' Donuts in, I swear, like 20 years. Up until the other day. Man. We had no Dunkin' Donuts. Now we've got one in E-Town, right by the hospital, and they're about to build one right over here. By the dollar store. Let's get a Dairy Queen over here too. Man, the donut was good. Not as good as like a Krispy Kreme, but it was good. Man, it was good. It's just fresh. I mean, they're making them in there, you know. It's not the same as the one at the store. Been sitting in that package. Before that, it was sitting in some warehouse or something, you know. Sit on a they've been made fresh in the store. There's probably a time you can go in there and they're hot, fresh. I need to figure out when that is. That's worth riding down on the bike. Yeah, let me move to Texas. Sure, that'll go over well. With so many. I don't think actually, and I'm dead serious about this, I think it's written in my divorce that neither of us can leave the state. Like, in terms of move out of the state. We can obviously leave the state, but I swear that's in the divorce agreement. Like, as long as the kids are below 18, we have to stay in the same town. We have to, I don't know, same state. God, it's been so long since that divorce. I'm not lying. I swear, I'm not positive, but I swear I remember us talking about something like that. When we were going over the divorce and she was telling me all these things, and she was trying to put she wanted the kids to live with her full time. This was at the point where I had them, and we were talking about maybe she would take them full time. And she was trying to convince me, like, I'm not going to take them out of the state. She was trying to put my mind at ease. So I feel like this is in the agreement. That we have to stay in Kentucky. I stay in Kentucky anyway. I mean, it's where my kids are. It ain't right to leave the state. Why would I make that up? I just told you I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's a thing. I remember discussing. Why would I make that up? You gotta stop living the fantasy. There's no reason for me to make that up. I'm not moving to Texas. I have my children here. I have a girlfriend here. My mother's here. My mother's probably not gonna live much longer in terms of years. I mean, she's not the same person. I don't think she's on death's door, but I'm gonna move away from my whole family. Not happening. I just told you my kids are here. You keep glossing over my children. Main reason I'll never leave the States because my children are here. I mean, they're right around the corner from me. I can get on the bike, pedal right over and see them if I want. They're here. Can't do that in Texas. Because my kids are here. This is what I mean about trolling. See how silly it gets? How many times can people hear me say the same thing until we gotta move on, you know? Conversation can never advance past the trolling stage. Such a waste. And as I just told you, neither of us can leave the state. I'm pretty sure that's in the agreement. She is here. She has a house here. She has a husband here. Her boyfriend's family's, her husband's family's here. She's not leaving. Which is funny. She always wanted to move to Texas. She moved there after we broke up, and she hated it. So this is why she wanted to assure me
there's no leaving the state. Now, that might be you can't take the kids out of the state, but there's something like that in the agreement. It may very well be you can't take the kids out of the state. It's all irrelevant, though. As I told her on the phone, I'm not leaving the state, and my kids, I'm staying where my kids are. So, I mean, this was a problem with me and Jess, where she wanted me to move 2 hours away, and I was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, well, it's 2 hours away. It's, we come here to work anyway. Who gives a fuck? It'll be all right. Moving to another state, that's a whole nother story. Nah. Gotta put your kids first. My kids have been through enough. They don't need that. Gotta put your kids first. When you have children, you have to put your own selfish needs to the side. Think about your children's long-term health and well-being. If you were a child and your father moved away to another state, how'd you feel about it? And we wonder why kids are so fucked up, but if you look at how people act, there's a selfish nature to the world these days. Very selfish nature. Can't be that way to your kids. Why do you think they don't live with me anymore? Selfish. They're better off with her. That doesn't mean I leave and flee the state and abandon my children and never see them again. And I can assure you, she's not letting me take now. That's not ever happening. It's in the agreement. Kids can't be taken out of state by either of us. And that was something I wanted in there because I didn't trust her not to take my kids out of the state and run off. See, as long as we were still legally married, I got just as much say. So once you finalize the agreement, there has to be stuff in that to make things clear. You just can't do certain things. Just go ahead and put it in the agreement, and then it's done. What's done is done. There ain't no arguments to be had later on about, well, I want to move here. Yeah, well, you just can't do it. It's just like, well, you get somebody, you get pregnant. Yeah, you don't need to go have an abortion. You just need to say, accept, you got children. You need to stay around your children. Even if you break up with the wife or the baby mama, and they live with her or whatever, they live with you, it doesn't matter. Y'all need to stay in the same area. You should be able to see your kid. I mean, what if an emergency happens? You're in a fucking other state. I mean, I've been talking about shit about dudes that do that my whole life. I'm not going to turn into one of them. There was a time I could have moved to Texas. She was down there. It would have worked out, but my time's passed. She doesn't like Texas. She wants to stay here. And I mean, my mom's here. But I'm not against really moving away from my mom. I know my brother did, but I mean, I probably feel bad when she dies. Another thing you gotta live with. Remember, you gotta live with these decisions. These selfish decisions come back to get you. My brother does. He moved to Georgia. Got married and moved to Georgia. Calls her on the phone.
I mean, you can't put your life on. That's what I'm saying. I'd move. I mean, I'm gonna have. It's the kids that keep me here. It ain't. That's what keeps you here. Kids. You can move away from your parents. I mean, come on. Hell, sometimes your parents move away from you. But your kids, that's kind of fucked up. To move away from the kids. To move very far away from the kids is fucked up. Some fucked up shit. Larson just posted the polls. Your thoughts on Trump leading 6 or 7 polls? Does he watch my channel? Hell, I don't know. He knows about it. I think sometimes he pops in. Because he'll send me like a message and he'll be like, no, some liberal shit. I don't talk politics with my brother. We just get into it. And I'd rather not get into it with him about it. It's not that serious at the end of the day. We got into it on the phone during COVID one time, but it was fine. At my brother's funeral, we didn't bring it up because who cares? At that time, we didn't care about that. He knows I like Trump, and my brother liked Trump, so. He's a liberal, yeah. He voted Biden. Oh, he's gonna vote Harris 100%. The day he don't vote liberal, that's when I'll know the liberals they've really made a mess of things. Like, damn, you lost him too. He was all in with the COVID stuff. He wanted me to get that shot, and I'm like, I'm not getting it. We argued about that. I'm just not getting it, man. And he sounded just like Junie, and I was just like, man, I'm not going to argue with you about this. I'm just here to tell you I'm not doing it. Yeah, my brother's pretty, I mean, I don't know how rich he is, but he ain't doing bad. He's doing just fine. But he went to college and learned like computer programming. He actually went to college and learned a useful skill that now is in high demand, like working on computers and coding things. And he knows how to code shit. He knows how to do high level computer coding. That's a useful skill to have right now. But it ain't his, like I used to tell my mom all the time, it ain't his job to take care of everybody. It ain't his job. I don't expect him to take care of me. I don't have the patience to learn all that shit. He always told me I need to do it. I'm like, dude, I don't have patience to learn all that. Come on. That's just not my thing. Everybody's got their thing, and that ain't mine. That's not my expertise. I can't do that. I can't sit there. I used to code a little bit as a teenager, but that shit would get on my nerves when it wouldn't work. And trying to figure out why it was broken and fix it is annoying. Musha. Yeah, Face Smokey's like, I'm going to the blue state. Good luck. Good luck, man. He's like, they won't even let you be homeless in Nashville. I mean, shouldn't let anybody be homeless. Well, they put him in jail. Well, I don't know how true that is. I mean, I guess if you take a tent, you set it outside somebody's business and think you're going to live there, maybe you should go to jail. I mean, that's delusional thinking. Like, why not go out in the woods? You know what I mean? I just couldn't see being homeless and going, well, I'll sleep outside McDonald's or something. That's, number one, why the fuck would I want to sleep outside of McDonald's? And maybe you need to move the fuck out of a big-ass city, because cities are more expensive to live in. These big cities are expensive, so if you're homeless, you probably need to get the fuck out of Nashville, get the fuck out of these cities to begin with. Find a place that's cheaper to live in. Because you just can't afford to live there. Obviously. I mean, if you're addicted to some drugs or something, I mean, fuck. There's probably no hope at all for you anyway till you get off the damn drugs. And the city's got the police putting you in jail for sleeping on the sidewalk. So, I mean, pick your battles here. Buy a can of off. Get a good tent that you can seal up good and keep it zipped up. Keep them spiders out. Go to a campground. I'm not saying go fucking live out in the middle of a goddamn field. Campground. Get you a tent. Seems like a more practical idea than I'm going to live in the fucking sidewalk outside this business and do fentanyl. And I just feel like you're homeless for a reason. I feel like if you were willing to get a job, if you were the type of motherfucker that was willing to work, and you would find, there would be people that would help you out because they would know this is just a temporary thing. The fact that you're homeless to that extent tells me that you've been given some opportunities by people and you fucked it up bringing drugs into their house or whatever you did, and you found yourself here. Everybody's got friends and shit. So I'm just, I question how you got to sleeping on a sidewalk. No, I'm not saying, I'm just saying about Face Smokey. I'm just saying, he said homeless people are getting arrested. And I'm just saying in general, I think there's more to the story than, you've just fallen on tough times for a lot of these people. I feel like if I just fell on tough times, I would still be trying to make it like, well, I'm not going to live on the sidewalk. Obviously, I can't do that. So what are my options? Well, maybe I'd call somebody, or I'd go to the campground. Because I'm not a drug addict, and I'm thinking clearly, right? So, but if I'm just drugged out of my mind, well, I'll just sleep outside McDonald's. I'll sleep under an overpass or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, because I'm high as a kite, and all I care about is getting enough money every day to get that drug, and I'll just take a hit of it and go sleep under the overpass. I think a lot of this is drug addiction. I think a motherfucker that's not hooked on drugs, if he's homeless, he ain't gonna be homeless long, because he's going to be saying, what the fuck? I can't do this. I gotta get out of this. But when you're on drugs, when you're high as a kite, you can do it. When you're high as a kite, you can just lay there and chill, man. Hell, fuck, I'm high as a fucking kite. Who cares? But when you're drunk off your ass, who gives a fuck? That's why a lot of these people are drugged up and fucking drunk. You think those people on Skid Row ain't drug addicts and alcoholics and shit? Nah, they just fell on tough times. No, they have a deep problem. They're hooked on this crap, and it's ruined their life. And every bit of money they get goes to the drug. So they don't have money to try to get a fucking tent, or, well, they have a tent, but
once they got the tent, they just started doing fentanyl in it. And, you know, they didn't save up. Like, they're clearly getting money somehow because they're getting fentanyl and other drugs. But if they stop buying that shit, they could save that money up. And I feel like anybody that actually goes to a tent, first of all, is probably going to try to find like a campground or something, make a payment to stay there or whatever, because it's a lot cheaper than rent. Like, but if all your money's going to this drug, you're just going to get the drug and find a place you can just pitch this fucking tent and lay in it. Because who cares? How do we help them instead of judging them? I don't know. I'm not your leader. We're just having a discussion here about how a lot of these people that are homeless for long terms are probably on drugs and alcohol to a severe level. So we can stop pretending, well, they just can't get a fair shake. No, there's more to it here. I'm telling you, if you're not hooked on all these drugs and you find yourself in a tent, it ain't going to take you long to get the fuck out of it. Because you're going to be motivated to, I'm at rock bottom here. I'm on the bottom. Let's climb out of this. But if I'm drugged up, who cares about climbing out of it? I'm going to lay here. I'm just going to throw a pity party. Some people throw a pity party. Some people get in that position and they say, well, it's over. I'm just going to give me some drugs and I'll lay here in this tent. And some people say, no, you know, some people see it as an opportunity. They don't have all these bills. And so they can just work on making some money and moving up from the tent. Or maybe they find they like the tent because they're not living on the sidewalk. They go out in the woods somewhere. Some of these guys go out in the woods and they stay out there because they like it. They start building log cabins out there. And then they make a YouTube channel and they're like, I live out in this log cabin. And then that's their life. Live out in a fucking log cabin. Away from all you fucking goofs. And it sounds nice, I tell you what. Yeah, Trump will deal with Mexico. I ain't moving no Mexico. As a man, you should be fully comfortable going out in the woods and setting up a cabin. The fact that we all don't feel comfortable doing it, we're weak. Your grandfather would have done it. Your great-great-grandfather did it. You pussy. You're a pussy. We're all pussies now. And that's why we don't want to go to war, because we'll lose. You're not built for it. You got to toughen up. That's why if Kamala wins, the prices go up. Well, that'll just make us toughen up more. We'll find ourselves in tougher positions and we'll have to persevere like Hillary Clinton. I'm not saying go on prop. There are campgrounds. Type into Google, campground near me. There are places you could go. There's one over here in Fort Knox, $250 a month you can pay. Or $230 or something a month. Pitch your tent. They give you a site with a fucking fire pit and everything. Pitch it up. An outlet to plug shit in. Pitch your little tent. Grass is mowed. There's a lake. I'm supposed to pretend this is some horror show that am I describing a horror show? Does this sound like a nightmare to you? There's a lake. There's a nice trees. There's a fire going. You're in a nice tent. Did I mention you don't pay rent anymore? You're $250 a month what you pay for rent. You're probably paying $1,500 or some crazy shit right now. Doesn't it sound nice? Doesn't it sound like a great opportunity to save some money? First, I got to call them and figure out if I can even go, because I think it might be for the military only, but I don't know. It's on Fort Knox, but you can go on Fort Knox and do things, so I don't know. No window unit, that's true, but you got to remember, the only reason I got this window unit is for this chick. Why do you pretend I got this for me?
I got it for her. Because she comes over here. She spends like the whole damn weekend over here. And she was bitching about the heat. And when we're fucking, it's a sweat box in this motherfucker. It's hot as shit. I feel like I'm in a fucking Usher video in here fucking with this heat. Bought it for her. Not for me. Don't say knock it off. You know I've been in here without AC for a year. What are you talking about? Nah, it don't stink. We take showers. Just hot. I mean, it is. I'm not saying it ain't hot, but I'm just saying it ain't nothing I can't handle. Give me a little fan for the tent. Give me a little mister. You got to remember, too, summer's about over. This is a winter thing. And that it's kind of exciting to think about being out there in the cold winter. Ooh. Ooh. Get the fire going. I'm a man, son. This will never happen, though, because I know too many people, and they won't. Maybe we'll get away with it for a week until somebody goes, what are you doing? You can't do that. No, stay with me. No. If I'm dating some chick, that 100%. Are they going to come fuck in the tent? No, it'll be, no, just come stay in my place. That's a whole, I mean, you see how that turns out, though. I don't know about all that. I'd rather go to the campground. I don't have to wait till this weekend to go and go at any time. I have to pay the bike with the next 50 that I make. I think I got like, how much money I got saved up so far? $21.50. Stay the whole, I'm not staying the whole weekend because this girl, it can't be during the weekend right now. What's today, Wednesday? Do it today. I'm streaming from the phone I call with, so that's not happening. I can turn the stream off and call them, or I can put it in the background and pause it while I do it. If they let anybody go, I'll go. I have an ID now. I can get a visitor's pass. You need supplies, though. I don't have money for all this right now. Another reason I'm holding on to the TV. The TV's something, then you sell it, then it's like, all right, then you get the tent supplies. Gotta get a $300, $400, $500 out of that TV, surely. Surely. You really think I'm scared to go camp out at the fucking campsite? I mean, you need a tent. Number one, motherfucker, don't have a tent. You need a sleeping bag. What else you need for the camp? The tent. I gotta piss. And you gotta pay for the night. I'd have to look it up again. I think it might be like $25 for a night. Not sleeping on no grass. First you got to go to Walmart. You got to get a tent. You got to go tent shopping. Don't need a big ass tent. You need a tent. One motherfucker in it. He knows it ain't gonna get that hard for him. It might. I'm not afraid to live in the tent for a little bit. What do you think? I'm retarded? Don't know. There might be. It's not all the great. It's not the best idea in the world. It's not the greatest thing, and not everything's perfect. But there's a lot of positives to it. There's a lot of positives to it. I choose to look on the bright side of life, not just sit and dwell in negativity. I'm tired of all these bills. I'm tired of fucking God. Always something to pay. I've got my bills down now, so it's like, damn, I'm getting them down, get them out of here. Let's get to just a phone bill and a bike payment, and like pay the campground. It's such a drastic shift to what I was paying a year ago. Like, holy fuck. How was I even able to pay it? What the fuck? How? I mean, if he wants me to go do it tonight, need a tent. Buy the tent. What's so hard about this? They want all this content. They don't want to pay. Who paid for this content? Me? I don't have no money. I told you I got $21. Exactly. See, when you get up in that tent, first of all, you can stream from the tent. Doesn't change this. This can be done anywhere. You don't need an office. We don't need an office. You don't need a fucking room. You can do this anywhere. I feel like it's a better stream outside anyway. I feel like the energy's better outside. I didn't say I was moving out today. Have you been paying attention to anything we've been talking about here? Talking about testing it out, going for a night, seeing what it's like, doing a stream out there. Didn't say nothing about moving out today. All right, I'm gonna call them. Get the information. Camera not working? Can you hear me? Well, the one on Fort Knox is military only. The one in E-Town doesn't take a tent. I'm pretty sure she said the one out in Glendale, which ain't that far, you can set up a tent out there. But apparently out in Glendale, you can rent like a fucking RV and fucking stay in that. And I tried to call them and figure out like what's the prices for all this stuff, but they didn't answer. It is 4 o'clock, so I don't know. But we will call them in the morning, because that may be a good idea too. All right, I'll let you out. I gotta get up and get ready anyway. Go. You didn't hear a word I said. Ah, rewind it. God damn. Alright, we're going to eat. We're going to take a fucking shower. I need a fucking shower, bro. The one on Fort Knox, military only. That ain't happening. The one in E-Town, you can't have a tent. Now, the woman in E-Town told me they have another campsite out in Glendale. That's not that far away. It's like right by E-Town. The address says E-Town, so I don't know. But apparently they have RVs that are already there, parked and everything. You can rent them bitches. Now, I called them and nobody answered. So we're going to call them in the morning. And if they don't answer, I'm just going to ride the fuck down there. See it myself. I bet that ain't very expensive. It's a lot cheaper than a fucking house or something. Apartment bullshit. Are you dead before you're alive? No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. I'm hopping off for a bit. I'll be back. I'll get a shower. Eat something. I mean, my stepdad was in the military, but I don't think that counts. Does that count? Be back later. Goodbye.